We're going to take you back to a better time.
Like Saturday mornings.
Today on the show. So, in recent years, we've seen things like He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, Voltron, of course, G.I. Joe, and the Transformers that have all gotten new series, reboots, whatever you want to call it. But we want to take a look back to a better time when we were kids. Probably some of the best cartoons that have ever aired on television. And talk about some of the ones you might have forgotten about.
Yeah.
That we would love to see a resurgence of.
Now, again, some of these things, obviously, even though we would like to see them back on the screen, probably couldn't actually pass muster. Maybe Netflix, Hulu, Cartoon Network, yeah. But these are our opinions, again, like anything else in the show. They're ours and ours alone, and if you don't agree with them, that's fine. It's open for discussion.
Yeah. So, I'll take the reins and
go for
kick things off here. Talk about one of my personal favorites that I would love to see again. Dungeons and Dragons.
D&D?
Yeah. I loved that cartoon as a kid. And I remember back in the late 90s, early 2000s, they actually started rerunning it again. This is probably, I'm going to guess, right around 2002-ish, maybe?
Yeah, it was really
somewhere
early.
in that area, early 2000s. I remember watching Digimon at the same, like, right beforehand. So whatever year that was out. But yeah, they started rerunning the old episodes of Dungeons and Dragons again. I don't know that I would really stick with the premise of, like, you know, kids on a roller coaster get sucked into the world. Maybe actually go the route of, you know, you have some people playing D&D and then, you know, kind of acting out their adventures, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, just something along those lines. I loved that show. I'd love to see it come back.
Yeah. Another one I'd really like to see come back is this is going further back than that, the Herculoids.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the alien world with the gloop and the gleep, the one-celled animals, and the dragon and the rock monster and just those were amazing. Those were cartoons.
There's a lot of the Hanna-Barbera.
There's a lot of Hanna-Barbera stuff that is probably going to be on our list because that's what we grew up on.
Yeah, we'll just say Hanna-Barbera in general.
Yeah, yeah, because I mean we can lump a lot of these things.
I mean, we had Space Ghost Coast to Coast, and honestly, I loved that show even better than the original Space Ghost cartoon. But yeah, just I mean, a lot of the old Hanna-Barbera stuff fits into that category. I would love to see Mask.
Yes.
Mask.
Now they are supposedly tying all these Transformer G.I. Joe movies together. Maybe we'll see a Mask. I know IDW has those in their stable of comic books in the same universe. Well, maybe we can see this in the big screen. That would be kind of fun. I think nowadays the technology would be great to see a really good CGI mask.
Absolutely.
The premise of the masks coming down on their head and they give them all special abilities and they're secret agents.
I had so many of those
so
toys.
many toys.
Oh.
So, and good toys back then too. Not just good cartoons, but great toys going with them. You know, that was the first era of the posable figure and just everything that was amazing. Another one that I'd like to see come back is Thundar the Barbarian, the Sun Sword and the orc looking like guy and the wizards and spells. You know, because the moon broke apart and threw the world into chaos in a futuristic setting. I mean, I think that would be amazing.
How about Centurions?
Oh, Centurions. Grew up on them. I had every single Centurion toy you could possibly get your hands on.
I only had a couple of them, but it seems like a lot of the old cartoons, Thundercats and stuff like Thundercats for that matter.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
Why haven't we? Did we have?
We did have a Thundercats reboot. Yes,
there was a reboot.
Yes, we did.
I never got to see it.
It was shortly after the He-Man reboot, if I remember right, back in the early 2000s.
Why haven't we had a live-action Thundercats yet?
We are. We're supposedly
it's one of those. It's one of those like right up there with He-Man that they keep talking about.
Yeah,
and it just hasn't happened.
A good He-Man movie, not the Masters of the Universe one with Dolph Lundgren. It was disappointing. It's a classic, but it was disappointing.
Courtney Cox,
back when she was young,
very young. Oh God, so many. I don't even know where to start. Brave Star.
Brave Star,
another good one.
Another good one.
That's another one of those. What I was going to say though is, it seems like a lot of those old cartoons that had the action figures and stuff, I had a lot of the bad guys, but I never had the heroes. And I had like 2 or 3 of the guys from Brave Star, but I never had Brave Star himself.
Yeah, yeah.
Or the horse dude.
The horse dude.
What?
30-30.
30-30. Yeah, he was because he was a robotic horse.
Yes.
When he turned bipedal, he had a lever action rifle.
Yes.
See, those were the days of cartoons. Not knocking today's cartoons, because there's some really good ones out there. Samurai Jack, Powder Puff Girls. But back in the 80s and 70s, you had cartoons, Looney Tunes. Oh my goodness, you can't have something like this without talking about Looney Tunes. You know, Bugs Bunny, Elmer Fudd, Wile E. Coyote, Yosemite Sam. We grew up on those. We weren't violent. We're not violent.
No.
Going back to Centurions, the toys were amazing because they you could clip on these various weapons, and they had an air guy and a iron guy and a sea guy. It was just...
See, I always get Centurions and Silverhawks mixed up for some reason. I know they're nothing like each other, but for some reason I always get those two confused. I loved both shows, but I always kind of combine the two. I don't know. But Silverhawks, that's another one.
Yeah, Silverhawks was amazing.
Visionaries is another one. Yep.
Nice and Magical Light.
The little emblems things, holograms there on those things. Remember that? That was the big. That was one of those where the toy made the show, not the other way around.
Yeah. A lot of these early '80 cartoons. Little known fact: the toys actually came out in the cartoon He-Man, the original He-Man, in order for marketing.
Yeah, they wanted a barbarian figure. Actually, it first came out. I want to say it was more of like a spaceman type thing.
Space Conan is what they originally had labeled it as.
And whenever they came up with the kind of barbarian design, they actually took that premise and then made a cartoon based off of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's another one of those times where the toy made the show, and it became such an iconic classic show.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that was the first big. Well, I mean, G.I. Joe never really went away, so you can't really count that. Same thing with Transformers. But that was the first big 80s cartoon revival that then kind of spawned several others.
I agree. And those are still big collectibles.
Oh,
I mean,
I still have so many of those.
I really wish I hadn't parted. I had a whole toy chest full of... I had literally hundreds of He-Man. I mean, I had different He-Man figures. I had different Skeletor.
I've got Snake Mountain still somewhere.
How many different He-Mans did I have? You had the battle damaged He-Man. You had the battle armor He-Man. You had... Oh, we could... This is going from a cartoon show to cartoons and toys real quick. Little nostalgia here for Spoo and I.
So if you had to choose like your top 5, or let's say top 3, make it a little easier. Your top 3. I want to see this show come back. What would it be?
Oh wow!
Put you on the spot.
Top 3. Well, 2 of them have been remade. One of them's currently on Netflix that I absolutely love, which is Voltron.
Yes, if you haven't seen Voltron on Netflix,
oh yeah, go
watch it.
2 seasons, binge watch it. You'll understand.
Can't wait for season 3. It's like they took the people that grew up with that show, and they made it for them while still making it entertaining enough that kids could watch it as well.
I have one caveat, and there's going to be some listeners out there who know this. Backup copy. Watch Voltron. Backup copy. You'll understand. Yeah. My top 3. Oh my goodness. Dino Riders. Dino Riders. I loved Dino Riders as a kid. Okay. Just the premise of them going back in time and mechanizing these dinosaurs with weapons to fight each other was amazing. Number 2 would probably have to be, there was an old cartoon, The Wacky Races. It had all the Hanna-Barbera properties, and they raced around the world with different things. And the last one, I absolutely adored it, mostly for the theme song, which is Hong Kong Phooey. It'll get stuck in your head. Look it up on YouTube, the Hong Kong Phooey theme song. It will literally get stuck in your head. What about you, Spoo?
Oh,
three of them.
Okay, so my top 3 that I would love to see remade, well, one would definitely be Mask. Beyond that, I would have to go with... Man, that is a really tough call. I don't know. I'm going to say... and I had it until I mentioned it.
I knew it until I opened my mouth.
Gargoyles.
Oh, I forgot about gargoyles.
Yes. I want to see a live-action gargoyle.
In case you hear it in the distance, El Chapo is here just off screen.
Yes.
He's as big a cartoon action figure,
if not more
so. But yeah, I agree. Gargoyles, 100%.
And my number 3, I don't want to say Dungeons and Dragons since I already mentioned that one, but I will say, man, it seems like there is one that is right on the tip of my tongue, and I can't. I had one point. Oh, Captain Bucky. Bucky O'Hare.
Bucky O'Hare.
Oh.
I have an honorable
There was
mention.
one I was forgetting
I had
about.
an honorable mention. I would like to see a rebooted Darkwing Duck.
Yes, absolutely.
Rebooted Darkwing Duck.
Another one that
I
was
am the
that was
terror
more
that
for
quacks in the night.
Another one that was kind of like, I feel like this was kind of like the launching point for like Cartoon Network, where a lot of the just silly shows have gone to, but one that not a lot of people remember. I want to say it was late 80s, early 90s maybe, but Eek the Cat.
Yeah, I remember Eek the Cat.
Loved Eek the Cat.
Eek the Cat and the Garfield hour with the pig, the Funny Farm. I can't
never
remember.
was big on
Yeah,
Garfield.
I loved Garfield.
Eek was just it was just such a stupid show. It was hilarious. And it was that first kind of just mindless humor.
Yeah, along the lines of Cat Dog and Ren and Stimpy.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of right there about the same time as Ren and Stimpy was coming out. I so miss early, like first 2 seasons of Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, Ren and Stimpy used to be, and then they just kind of went into devolving.
Well, they fired John Kay from the show.
Yeah.
They fired the creator of the show, which I don't understand how that works. But they fired the creator of the show, and then it just went downhill from there.
Yeah.
But before he left the show, when you had episodes like Space Madness and Sven and God, I don't even know, but so many of those great early episodes.
Here's a question for you: if the DC extended universe, the DCEU, goes off well, what about a Super Friends reboot?
Well, I thought about mentioning that one, but we've had Justice League, we've had Justice League Unlimited, we've had Young Justice, so I feel like we've still kind of had those shows. I mean, Super Friends, with as lighthearted as it was and things, that would never fly now. But and I don't even think it would be entertaining now, even if it did fly. But so I feel like I didn't mention that one specifically because we have had
we've had those characters continue. I mean, because even extending it out, we've had the Batman Adventures, the Adventures of Superman, which led into the Justice League and stuff.
Right.
I was just curious. I mean, we intentionally left out some of the big ones because they continuously get rebooted. Scooby-Doo is
Scooby-Doo's never gone away.
It's never gone away. It's just changed different forms.
And we've talked about the reboot we'd like to see.
Oh yeah.
I'm still holding true. CW, get on it, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, a live-action supernatural style Scooby-Doo show would be phenomenal, and it would be a perfect replacement for Supernatural when it finally goes off the air.
Captain Caveman,
absolutely, Captain Caveman. Oh God, so many. Brave Star. Oh God.
Silverhawks, which was a
Defenders of the Earth.
Yes. The Land of the Lost.
So many.
Jabberjaw, Grape Ape.
Well, I mean, a lot of those are your Hanna-Barbera
70s. That's
shows.
Hanna-Barbera shows. But yeah, those are the kind of things that we grew up on. Tell us about some of your favorite ones.
Give us your top 3.
Yeah,
what are your top 3
3
shows that you would like to see? Danger Mouse. God,
how did we forget Danger Mouse?
New ones keep popping in my head. But yes, put your top 3 down in the comments below. The top 3 cartoons from your childhood. Well, let's say 94 or earlier.
Yeah.
That you would like to see rebooted. In today's realm, keeping the same spirit of the show, but just a little more modern.
Yeah.
Your top 3 that you would like to see, put those down below. Yeah.
And as always, do the liking, the sharing, and subscribing on Facebook. Here's our social medias. You got Facebook, you've got Instagram, you've got Twitter. Make sure to follow us on there. Also on the YouTube, we want you to like, share, and subscribe.
Absolutely.
That would mean the world to us.
Absolutely. And also, we are always looking for, we always end the show with the Russian clip of the day. And we love for you guys to introduce that. So send us your videos. All you have to do is just say your name, where you're from, and here's your Russian clip of the day.
Yeah.
So, for example, if it was us, you just say, "Hey, I'm Spoo.
I'm Danny.
And here's your Russian clip of the day." Pretty simple stuff.
Easy stuff.
So, yeah, send those in to us. You can send it to us on Facebook. We will get those put on the show here, and you can join us.
Yep,
Yeah.
you can be part of it. Be part of
the
that
show.
conversation. Be a part of the greatness that is the show. So until next time, guys.
Hope you guys have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday.
Hi, my name's Travis from Springfield, Missouri, and this is your Russian clip of the day.